Welcome to the channel. All you patriots on both sides, Canada, United States, let's get ready, baby. It is March 31st, 2025, and in 2 days, that's April 2nd, Trump's unleashing a tariff tidal wave that's gonna hit the world like a goddamn freight train, okay? Welcome to the channel. We're not kissing ass over here. We're not on one side or the other. We're here to discuss the truth, not dodge it, okay? Now, Trump's calling this Liberation Day, and I'm here to break it down to you on, is this genius or is this a grenade in all of our wallets? Let's roll, baby.
So this is the beginning of Liberation Day in America. We're going to take back just some of the money that has been taken from us by people sitting behind this desk or another desk that's not quite as nice, but they have their choice of 7, as you know. And we're going to charge countries for doing business in our country and taking our jobs, taking our wealth, taking a lot of things that they've been taking over the years. They've taken so much out of our country, friend and foe, and frankly, friend has been oftentimes much worse than foe.
No, Trump's back in the Oval, baby, right? And he's pissed. Canada's been milking us with 250% in tariffs on dairy. China's dumping steel cheaper than a street taco. And the EU's laughing with their 10% car duties while we're at 2.5%. Today, he's already gotten 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, 20% on China, 800 billion in trade on the chopping block. By April 2nd, what's gonna change? Well, that's when the shit's gonna get really real. Trump is dropping reciprocal tariffs on damn near just about everything, okay? Trillions in goods, from cars to chips to pharma. If they tax us, we're gonna tax them back. That's the meaning of a reciprocal tariff.
And this is very modest. And what we're going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, there's absolutely no tariff. We start off with a 2.5% base, which is what we were at, and we go to 25%. And basically, as you know, and as you've been seeing, not reporting as accurately as it should be reported because it's a massive story. Business is coming back to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs. And I think also because of November 5th, the election, they're very happy. AI is coming back to levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's a new, sort of a new business, I guess, when you think about it. But it's plants are going up all over the United States, and many of them have already been started. We're getting early electricity taken care of. We're getting permits very quickly for them. And we're going to make their life very happy. They're coming in with tens of billions of dollars.
So starting Tuesday, Canada's steel still 50% after he blinked on March 11th. Autos 25% on foreign rides. Venezuela's oil buyers, well, 25% secondary hit on them. Now Trump's team says it's all about leveling the field. So that's $1.2 trillion in a trade deficit that we have to level off. He's even threatening 200% on European Union booze if they don't play nice. Now, this is Trump swinging for the fences. This is what the people that voted for him, that's what they wanted. This is what he's got, right?
A lot out of Washington, specifically from President Trump from the Oval Office. Let's get to Megan Casella with the download on that. Megan.
Hey, Melissa, absolutely. So in listening to the president roll out those auto tariffs, you're right. You mentioned this just before the break, that it was a little bit less than it could have been. It appears from what the president said that auto parts were excluded. That's just the 25% tariff on finished cars. But there were also a couple points that I want to highlight that show just how far he is going. He did emphasize that these tariffs will stack on top of any existing tariff. So that means if there's already something like a 10 or a 20% tariff on the EU, for example, something that we might see next week with the April 2nd reciprocal tariffs, this 25% 25% tariff would be on top of that. He also said he's not really interested in any negotiations to try to remove these at any point during his term. He was emphasizing it's not a negotiating tactic, but an end game, something that he believes could ultimately lower taxes, lower the debt. But he says this is permanent 100% when he was asked about it. He also talked about the reciprocal tariffs, and something I would flag there is that he said tariffs on all countries will be rolled out on April 2nd. That is a little bit of an escalation from what we've been hearing from White House officials in the past few weeks, who had said some of the worst offenders in their eyes might get tariffed on April 2nd, but we could see additional tariffs over weeks or months after that. So escalating it a little bit there. But then one final point, he also again emphasized, as we heard him say last night in the Newsmax interview, that he is going to be looking for some leniency in the reciprocal tariffs. And he also said, quote, "We're trying to keep it somewhat conservative." So a lot more to come on that front.
One thing about it, if you agree or don't agree, is that he's about that business, okay? He's about standing up for the people that voted for him. I can't say that about any president in modern day history, okay? They always come back and do something scandalous to their base that they didn't vote for. In this case, you know what you're getting. So is this a mastermind move, or is this some bullshit, right? Does he really know what he's doing, or is it just a coin toss and a power play? Well, Canada has been screwing with the United States with dairy tariffs. China, they've been stealing our manufacturing. And this time he's saying no, not anymore. This could bring back 50,000 jobs in factories. It could relocate a ton of different industries that have left the United States and relocate them back into the United States. We're already seeing that with chip manufacturers. We're already seeing that with a lot of automakers coming back and really doing a lot of manufacturing in the United States, right? But here's the thing. The S&P, that's down 10%. The stock market doesn't like it, right? Consumers, well, they might pay a little bit more in the interim. And he's been transparent and said that, hey, listen, there might be a little pain that comes along with this in the very beginning in order to get the things back in place, right? So whether you're calling it legit or whether you're calling it bullshit, I want to hear about you. Now, what would really help me out a lot is that many of you that are watching my videos, you haven't subscribed yet. So if you like the content and you'd like me to continue doing the content and really telling you like it is from unbiased. So April 2nd, it's all going down, okay? It's F you everybody day, okay? After Fool Day, no more fools, right? And I'm kind of here for it. It's about time someone really took a stand. Now, whether it's going to work or not, you know, time will tell. But the bottom line here is that there is somebody actually with the guts to try something, okay? We all know we've been getting screwed. Every single country, if you travel around the world, you know, I went to India and tried to buy an American car there one time. It's 100% tariff, okay? This stuff doesn't really make sense, okay? This to me makes more sense. We're gonna see how the markets react, if it's gonna hike prices at home, if it's gonna bring back manufacturing as advertised, or is it not, right? Put it in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Which way are you guys on this? Okay, good, bad, ugly, whatever. So here's the unfiltered truth, okay? There's no doubt that Trump is right about the $1.2 trillion deficit. That's a disgrace. We're getting screwed by every single country out there. They're tariffing us, taxing us like crazy for things that are made in the United States that are sold in their country, but then we're not doing the same. So that's a freaking, that's a disgrace, okay? Now, these tariffs, they could shift $20 billion back to the US in steel alone. But the risk, once again, the markets, they don't like chaos. It's been, you guys have seen the markets. They're fluctuating up and down. You know, they're scared, right? Now, if Canada's 25% on $155 billion of our goods also sticks, or China's 15% tariffs on our stuff, then of course, you know, we're going to be hurting too a little bit, right? Now, this is Trump playing chess, not checkers. Okay. This is taking a chance, trying to stir some things up. Now, whether it's, you know, posturing, whether it's really going to happen, because we've seen, hey, you know, he's already having talks with the prime minister right now, Mark Carney, that is in Canada, to try to figure things out. They said they had some very good talks a day or so. April 2nd, that's the tariff reckoning, baby. That's Trump's tariff reckoning. Is it Liberation Day or is it Craziness Day? I don't know. We'll see. You guys tell me. What do you guys feel? Drop your take below. Is Trump's tariff plan gonna work? Or is it gonna backfire on us? We don't know, right? We don't know. So it's all about observing the market, seeing what's going on, and monitoring how it all plays out. Okay. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you guys do subscribe, like, share the video, and I'm going to have more updates. I've got a lot of different topics we're talking about nowadays. We're growing the channel. So please do subscribe. It'll help us out quite a bit.